everyone, a warm welcome from Assam Startup The Nest. Now, as we move forward, we are today launching a new initiative called Startup Express. Startup Express would be our official podcast, which we would try to do every month on relevant topics which pertains to the need of the hour and the queries that keep on coming to us. We'll try to address all of those through this podcast. Now, to start the first one today, the topic that we have kept in mind for today's podcast is adapting to the new normal by leveraging technology. And I have two very bright entrepreneurs of the state here with me. I have got Anjan, Pathak, the co-founder and CTO of Vantage Circle. I'm not sure if all of you know Vantage Circle. Vantage Circle is India's largest and the fastest growing employee engagement and employee award. When I talk about their company to anyone, people kind of listen to me with awe because it's very difficult to believe that someone can start a technology company from Guwahati and become the number one in the country as well. So I would pause there and I would let Anjan talk about this subsequently, but then let me also introduce our next guest here today, Sanjeev Sarma. Sanjeev is a known face in Guwahati and in the tech circle. He's the founder, director and CEO of Webx Technology. Webx Technology is one of the oldest IT firms in the state. The thing is that the more and more I hear to the two of you, it gives me the conviction that it is possible to create IT company of a state stature sitting here in Guwahati. So this whole thought of people who contradict this this very premises that there is a talent resource crunch here and there are this difficulty, the ecosystem is not really all of that, and that's why IT cannot come to Northeast and Guwahati and we cannot create IT companies. But then there are contrary stories as well which counter this argument, and the two of you are giving proof of this this validation, yes. Right? So really happy hearing you, but as we move forward, in just about 2 lines each, if you could tell us what are the challenges that you face during these lockdowns and how have you kind of tackled those challenges and kept yourself afloat and moving ahead? Okay. And how has been the experience? Has it tempered your business or it has actually helped to scale?
See, in our case, because we are into pure IT things, so a lot of things which people have adopted now, we call it digital transformation. So we started this digital transformation way back, 2013-14 only. Our entire company was work from home and remote working mode. So to be very frank, if you ask me, I have not felt any difference basically. Only difference was delay in payment, which is happening now. We are not getting paid on time due to a lot of other factors. Even in government sectors also, we are not getting our payment because of the ceilings, and there are a lot of things. The priorities have changed basically. I would say IT is no more a luxury. It was a luxury, but it's no more a luxury today. After this lockdown thing, it's a boon for a lot of new budding enterprises as well as traditional businesses also.
I have some questions there. We'll come back to those discussions there. Anjan, how about you?
Yeah, so I think there are 2 kinds of companies which have been affected in this pandemic. Right? One is, of course, really bad. But I think there are some companies which have actually grown. Right? For example, Zoom, I think it has grown probably from 400, 500 times. So we are also probably on the better side. So we are actually luckily probably our products basically, it's kind of friendly for digital transformation as Sanjeev is saying. So our platform is about rewards and permissions, which means the rewards that people used to give in town halls and in closed groups, they are now all online. So basically, kind of Slack, what happened to Slack or some communication kind of products. So similarly, our product is also in that similar space, which means more companies are thinking about taking our product now because of the pandemic, because people are sitting around their home or whatever. So it's very difficult to basically now give a recognition, right? How do you do that basically? So that's where our product is developing. And of course, the other product is about health and wellness, which we are working on. Again, on the employee engagement space. So we have got quite a few clients. We are running e-marathons now through our health and wellness product. So it's called Vantage. So that's where some of my core time is also being spent. And of course, so that's a product. Another product.
Could it also be because majority of your clients are large organizations, and large organizations are not undertaking huge cuts and all that as of yet now, but trying to keep the current team engaged and motivated, and hence the spending there is fairly active.
Correct. That's the main reason. So that spending has been cut. Rewards probably budget has been cut a little bit, but the other ones, basically the platform cost, whatever the thinking and all those things. So now we are of course seeing more and more people coming to us and trying to take our products. So I think that's the good part of the whole story, basically. So we are lucky to be doing this.
Fantastic. Before we move ahead, we have one of our startups, and the startup is called Aromica Tea. They are fairly innovative in the work that they are doing. I would call them one of the master blenders that I have actually experienced. They come up with fantastic blends of tea. Ranjit, who is the founder of Aromica Tea, is here. He wants us to sample some of his creations. He's actually, I will say that he is. It would not be wrong to call him creator, because he creates these blends of tea, right? So we have something today. I don't know, Ranjit, why don't you tell us what you have for us here?
Nice color, isn't it?
This is what I was talking about. The blue tea. I regularly have. It's quite interesting. See, look at the color.
Thank you.
This is Pranjal. Thank you so much.
Blue tea is basically a blend of superfine organic green tea along with copper flowers, which are Indian herbs and spices. The best part is that this is very good for improving your mood, and it helps you relieve your stress, helps you weight loss. It acts on your stress hormones, leaving you in a very good mood.
Wow.
And most of the teas, these are basically sold as teasants, and people used to buy it from Thailand. But with our experience, we have produced in Assam using our own local resources. The teas from Assam, the flowers are from Assam. These are local brewers who we are connected with, and we use dehydrating procedures to get the flowers and blend it. And it has become the most popular. I hope you all enjoy this teas.
Sure.
Surely, Ranjit, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Wishing you
All the best.
all the best.
Thank you very much.
Now let's move into the discussion. During this lockdown, we saw a lot of enterprises have gone digital, right? And people who prefer traditional modes have realized the power and the utility of technology to keep the business and operations running, right? And also to keep the cost low, right? The operation cost. Do you think this is a temporary switch, or this is going to stay?
See, if it is a pure trading, then it's a temporary switch. You see, you need to see like what segment you are talking about. Generally, traditional businesses, if you look at from the Assam's perspective, we have manufacturing units, we have trading units. So trading units is, I think, a temporary kind of a transformation. But manufacturing definitely has a good advantage, and it's the best thing if they transform. And more or less, I have seen like where the marketing, HR, and manufacturing part is involved. For them, I think it will remain. this switch is going to help them acquiring more businesses, negotiating, okay, buying power will be increased because of the IT, decision making will be better, those kind of things will happen. So they will going to stick to this transformation. They will like it.
See, from a consumer perspective, there has been a lot of new consumers who have onboarded into the technology platform for something very basic like, you're getting your, not even Zoom, getting your daily necessities.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they have experienced the convenience.
Right.
Now, if they are to keep on using the platform for the convenience and the cost, they've also discovered that many a times this is cost effective, right? So that would also give an impetus to those traditional businesses to keep on holding on to the technology platform that they have invested in. So do you, Anjan, what is your take? Do you feel that more than looking at it from the business perspective or entrepreneur's perspective, but from the consumer's demand side perspective, will the entrepreneurs be taking this call to hold on and kind of building on the technology platform that they have started off with because of the lockdown, and then one finally we see that becomes a major mode of transaction for them?
Yeah, I think that is definitely there. But I think the most important thing about digital transformation that has happened or forced in most of the companies is the change in the employee experience. And we need to be careful because employee experience, right, it directly relates to customer experience. Right? So if the employee experience is better in the company, then your customer experience or consumers experience will be also better. So I think the digital transformation has definitely improved the employee experience. For example, now I think people are communicating more via digital modes, like even traditional businesses, right? A lot of them are actually using WhatsApp for communicating, right? So that's a big change. And now even the police force, I think, using WhatsApp.
Yeah, correct.
So that's a big change, right? So as people are getting more and more used to the whole thing, and of course it's much more convenient, not only convenient, it's faster, and it's proper as well.
I'll go to a level little lower than that. I'll go to a fundamental, consumer brand or segment level. Wherein my experience has been that I have suddenly realized during this lockdown that one fine day my housemate was conversing with my wife, and we realized that she started using some of the local e-commerce platform to get her groceries, and that discovery was so interesting and eliciting for her that she intends to continue. So, my thought here is that technology has been able to penetrate to that level and has been able to give an experience. So, from that perspective, do you think that is going to stay? And is there an opportunity for our traditional businesses to encash there in that particular space? Because once that has happened, digital payment will also come in subsequently.
Exactly.
Today this segment is not that is a chunk of our population, right? And they are not using digital wallets.
Yes.
Now subsequently, once they have tested the water, right? They would, in anything there is a maturity curve, right? You keep on trying. You have a fear of trying. And you break that fear. You try out something, and then once you have gained that confidence, you want to try something more.
Correct.
So what would be the next level? The next level would be digital wallets, right? So that's how the migration happens.
Correct.
So do you foresee that happening and that opening a floodgate of very basic level localized technology companies getting opportunity to come up in the region?
Now, I'm not sure about the local companies, but at least even the business itself has become very efficient. For example, this morning only I paid for tiles. I bought quite a lot of tiles for my house, and I asked him how did I get paid. Of course, there are options like get paid by cash or by card, and then by Google Pay. And when I said Google Pay, he was ecstatic because if I pay by card, there is a 2% charge, right? Google Pay, there is no charge. So that's the advantage I think the shop owners or the vendors, they are getting it. I even click to Google to buy my bike. That's the kind of change that has happened. And I think all this is all because of the pandemic.
From the e-commerce perspective, which you are referring to right now, let me tell you, there are two sides of it basically. One is the customer end of it. Basically, there is a demand, and when there is a demand, obviously there is some. Some entrepreneur or some startup will try to put himself or herself into that space. So I can see a pure demand. Whether somebody is able to fulfill it or not, that's a separate thing. That's a different story altogether. Because I have seen many local players that have come up with some frugal solutions which are not properly done. That's why they are not able to sustain or they are not able to, you can say, upgrade themselves or go to the next level. That is happening. But if the proper guidance and proper technology is provided, I think there is a huge market. Because as you said, it's a new experience for everyone. And this generation, after this 2010, this generation is a super generation. Basically, everybody wants to get himself or herself addressed with the technology. They want to do more on the technology. And they realize that the time they are investing is, you can say, much important than the small charges which they pay for a delivery or something like that. That mindset have already been created, and I think there is a huge market, huge space. It's going to happen. It's going to remain there for some time.
So now with the new normal, new things are evolving. We thought that with the COVID travel is not possible. With the COVID, tourism wouldn't happen. But all of that is changing. People have started traveling. I have experience. So with that, how do you think that how can these sectors like travel, tourism, retail, merchandising, etc., can leverage the technology platforms to encash upon these new evolving opportunities which have started trickling?
Anjan, you want to answer or should I?
Yeah, I think I can answer it a bit.
And also to add, how can our youth from the state encash upon these opportunities?
Yeah, so I think for me, right, I think what I can see is that the tourism industry, right, except the act of going to places, everything else, that whole experience is digital now, right? So you start the booking process, or you first start the discovery process. So if you want to go somewhere, right, you first actually start the discovery process. Where do you want to go? And if you have decided that okay, I want to go there, then you look at these are the places I want to visit or whatever, and then you start booking. Then you have got all these websites which is there, right? In India, I think there is Make My Trip. Lots of other websites are there, travel destinations, travel websites. So you go there and book a ticket. In the world, there is Booking.com, which is really big. But what I have been thinking about is like how to, in the tourism sector, right? How to attract the foreign tourist to this part of the world. And I think there is a lot of opportunity there. One of the things that we need to look at is how to be present in the web, maybe, right? If you search for like what are the places to visit. So what I'm trying to say is when someone is from outside India, there are a lot of people who wants to come to India for a visit, for example. And first they will start a discovery process. And in that discovery process, right, I think there is a lot of opportunity for the local players to be present. So the discovery process starts in the Google, right? So now you start something like, what are the best places to visit in India? Right? That's the start, discovery process. So the opportunity is there. So how to be present in Google and basically serve those people who are looking for places to visit, right? So if you can be present in Google, if you can somehow showcase your places whatever you have got, if you can be that, then you automatically attract that pool of tourists. So I think there is a lot of opportunity there for sure.
Okay, Anjan, as we are talking, I just had a interesting thought coming in. Since you are in this in the engagement reward space, tell me something. Would you also have rewards which pertains to giving out or gifting holidays?
Yeah,
Have you added that in your platform?
no, so there is a reason why we haven't added that, but so we have basically made by the vouchers
Okay.
rather than holidays, right? Because we cannot compete with companies like Make My Trip or anything else. Like there are a lot of travel companies.
That's fine. I mean,
which are doing that, and we do not want to compete with them, and ultimately we want to bring the trust. So what we do is just take this voucher and go and buy whatever you need. So that's what we are doing.
but good that you have that particular aspect. Now tell me something. In the last 1 month or so, or 20 days, 1 month, do you see any traction of people trying to encash on those vouchers? Is there? Is that happening?
Travel is still a little bit undecided right now. I think so. It's still a struggling industry. But I guess I think it's just about to start. I guess, right? That's the thing.
See, safety is another objective.
Mm-hmm.
Which was not there earlier.
Yes, right.
Used to, because it was safety can be coined as a big marketing jargon till now. After this COVID thing, the only thing is that if you have, as you said, like Google and all, the discovery. So if you put all the places, if you search for the safest places to have in Northeast or safe something like that, based on that, you can have a lot of packages.
Yes.
You can curate things. You can come up with a lot of exclusive packages which can be sold.
In the name of safety, in the name of COVID and all. So I think tourism will happen. Business travel is already happening. People are going to places, meeting a lot of customers because the 72 hours thing is there. So I think it will going to pick up very soon.
Yeah, I have a slightly different question here. This is more so basis some of the interactions that I'm been having with friends, family, also acquaintance. Now, a friend called up a couple of days back. His son has graduated, and because of the lockdown, has come back. And since his experience and his part of his growing up has been outside the SAM, so he wants to do something, and whatever he wants to do has the technology side of it. So that is one side. The second experience is that a cousin's son completed his mechatronics in US and was supposed to join a company there, but because of the COVID thing, he's come back and he's also wondering what to do, right? So that's there. The third aspect is that because of this lockdown, a lot of people who were working outside the state have come back, right? Many of them have also come back, but some of them are working from home, from Guwahati or from Assam. And since they have time, they are also toying with the idea of creating something of their own or starting up an enterprise of their own using the experience and knowledge that they have gathered so far. Right. So, but at the same time, they feel there are certain challenges here, right? It is not as easy as starting up as it is in a place like Bangalore or Gurgaon, right? So you guys are the best guys here to talk about the possibilities, because you have fought the odds and have created something which is sustainable and scalable here, right here in Guwahati, right? So what would you suggest these youngsters to on how they can realize their dreams of starting something here itself during this period?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting point that you have told me, because I exactly had a similar a story from a friend of mine. He's much younger to me, and I came to know because he came to my office and everything. But yeah, so he's kind of an entrepreneur, kind of a guy who was working in a company in Bangalore, and he has come back to Guwahati now, and he's working over here. So he had a plot of land in his backyard. So, and I called him for something else, and then he told me, I started this dragon fruit this thing. I think it's a new thing. I was not sure what is dragon fruit. Because I have bought some dragon fruit. I did not know that.
It's a cacti.
Yeah, it's a cacti.
It's like the pulp is like kiwi. Yeah. If you have seen kiwi, it's similar to that.
So he did a lot of research and he's done it proper in a scientific way and he explained me the whole thing. So I think that is definitely going to happen. Like people are coming here and then the entrepreneurial mindset, whatever they are bringing from outside and thinking about how can it be applied here. So I think that is probably a silver lining, definitely.
Silver lining, it's a good thing. I mean, see,
I would have stayed whether they are going to stay here or not. But at least if they start now, the ideas which they bring are something which are at least advanced than we are in.
So Sanjeev, we also run another program, which is a Facebook-like program. We call it Ideas Clinic. So what we do there is basically anyone who has an idea can come and trash their idea, and it's by there are limited seats. You have to pre-book your presence and you have to come in, and we try to help them address their challenges. There are others who are already established startups and they have problems and they come up with the problems and we tell them how to navigate through the problem.
Could we connect some of these youngsters to the two of you and you can mentor them?
No issues. I am open to it. In fact, I like evaluating the ideas and reforming.
And with pre-plan so that your bandwidth, because I'm sure because of a business issue you would have bandwidth issue.
So we would structure we would create a structure around the whole program, and so that it becomes a structured mentoring, and so that we can create some success stories and showcase them, which maybe would be able to encourage others to join the startup ecosystem.
Yes, I think the interesting part is that when you said we are getting mentored, so what I have said is I get mentored more. And this is the fantastic thing because the new generation, right? They are moving so fast.
Yeah.
Their ideas are much more, I think, advanced. I would say, and that's what I have seen. Like in our own company, almost 80% of the people who come in, they have just come out of college. And that's where we get the best talent.
Sure.
So I think that's a fantastic thing if you can.
I think majority of what I foresee is that majority of the questions will be around challenges which you would have already faced, right? Challenges which anyone would face during starting up, right? So that's where majority I do not foresee immediate technology mentoring coming in as as need at this point, but I think they need to start off, right? And subsequently, as and when technology, piece comes in, and based on your individual experiences, you can participate in helping that. But I think that we need to get more people like you into the platform to help develop this ecosystem. I think we would end today's discussion here, guys. We would try to do a program every month with a relevant on a relevant topic, chosen based on the feedbacks that we get from you guys through our social media, as well as you participate in our different events like Idea Clinics, etc. So thank you Anjan, thank you Sanjeev for being here today and participating into this discussion. It was a pleasure of hosting you. Till the next time, guys, thank you. We have another startup of ours who would want to present a token of appreciation to our participants here. We have Mr. Bhanu Singh. Bhanu, why don't you come in?
My name is Pathak and I represent Northeast Farms Promotion. We are the only organization of the whole Northeast covering the agro and horti space, and we are working with a vision to promote the Northeast region across the world through its agro horti strength to ultimately benefit the producers with our interventions on the processing, packaging, marketing, and innovative solutions. So we have curated a very good gift hamper. This is our Northeast Heritage GI range. You all are aware GI are the geographical indication products. In India, close to 330 products are GI registered, and in Northeast we have around 15 agro-horti products. So out of that, we have created this gift hamper. And this consists of product from Assam, which is orthodox tea. Then we have the miso chili, the bird eye chili, we have naga chili, and we have the Sikkim large cardamom. For our CEO, sir.
Thank you, Anu. Pleasure. Okay, then, guys, thank you for attending. We end the session today here. We would be coming back in a month's time with a new topic. Till then, see you. Bye-bye.